Hello, everyone. Welcome to Off the Charts, episode 287. My name is Dan, and I shall be your host once again. Cheers to you all. There you go. I got back my glass now. So I'm all healed up from that weekend of that extreme weekend. Anyway. So before we start off, if you like this type of content, please like and subscribe, tell your friends, hit the little thumbs up and the little bell to be notified when I publish new content like this. Now, this episode here is regarding an article where a Loudwire, so that's an e-zine, sort of an online magazine, I guess there. And they went and did the 10 of the most underrated glam metal bands of the 80s, or hair metal, or whatnot. And I was reading through the list. They put in like the top 10. I'm going to talk about them one by one, alphabetical, okay? And I was, when we were going to Extreme, me and my buddy, I actually took out that article, which is what I decided to make an episode out of this. And I was trying to see if he would guess, my friend Steph, to see if he would guess the bands that were supposedly underrated, hair metal or glam rock or whatever you want to call it, according to Loudwire, not Livewire, Loudwire. So, and this is just my opinion. I may trash a few bands, I may agree or disagree or whatever with this list, and I'm going to put the link of the article also in the comments below so you can actually see their opinions too. So we shall start off, again, this is alphabetical, no particular order. Out of the 10 bands, 9 of them I have their discography or most of them. Only one, and when we get to it, I'll let you know. First one on the list, like I said, this is alphabetical. So, underrated hair metal or glam rock bands according to Loudwire. Okay, now this is, of those 10 bands, according to me, are they underrated, overrated, crap, not crap, whatever. So we shall try that out. First up is all right, I'll just show it to you now. Danger. So Loudwire considers them underrated. I do not agree at all. But this is the only one I own, okay? And I'm going to base it on just this. Now, having said that, my friend Steph, I mean, I've seen the videos of the one after this here, Two Monkey Business. My friend Steph keeps telling me though that he loves Danger, but the more recent stuff, and I did like the album Dawn when they had Pauline as a vocalist, but if I'm just going to go with what I have, okay, let's bear in mind this is what I have. Danger, this, and I'm always going to remember two quotes from my buddy. So one from Steph, the one I went to way back. He's like, I don't know what Danger, I don't know where they'd be if sex didn't exist. And I started laughing. And my friend Pascal once also said, oh my God, Danger, the kings of saying nothing. In French, les rois de veut rien dire. Like, and of course, you have to go, if you have it, just go read Martin Popoff's review regarding this album on this book. It's probably one of the funniest reviews I've ever seen. But anyway, I will disagree just based on this, but it's not fair for me to say, because I've never heard any of those, like the Return of Gildersleeves or whatever, the one where the Danger is on a, looks like a Planet Hollywood or Universal Studio. Like, I didn't hear those ones. I think Cockroach also was one. The only ones I've heard is this one, parts of Screw It, and the album Dawn. Dawn, which I actually liked, but it has doesn't sound anything like this here. So anyway, Danger Danger, not underrated. I would actually go and say overrated again based on this one here. So there you go. This is to me where hair metal started going wrong. Next, I can imagine the comments and complaints here. Okay, next up, again in the D's, Dangerous Toys. Yeah, this one I would actually agree underrated. I wish they did more. I love everything about these guys. I have all their albums. Probably only the first one did anything. This one, a little bit to a point. The third one pissed. Well, you could see just with the title of the song and the subject matter that they're pissed off with, you know, record companies and all that there. And the fourth one, I mean, it is what it is. I like it. I like it a lot, actually, but it doesn't sound like Dangerous Toys. But yeah, you know what, Loudwire, I will agree with you with this one. Dangerous Toys is an underrated band. And I'll always remember, I'm not going to name drop him there because I didn't ask his permission. But one of the owners, current owners of the Brass Monkey, they used to work at the Obsession Lounge, and we were going to see Slaughter. And he was like the bouncer. And someone mentioned Dangerous Toys, and I'll always remember his quote goes, "Hey, don't diss the toys, man. They're so love this band here." So yeah, I will agree with Loudwire on this one. Yeah, it's a good underrated hair metal band or glam rock band right there. Next one is the one I don't own. They had Dirty Looks. I know who they are. I've seen the album covers. Now that for some reason, I just never got around to getting any. I will get them because, you know, if you watch this channel, you know, I want to own all the hair metal out there. Okay, that's my goal in life. So I will eventually get to it. Right now I just haven't. So I have no opinion on Dirty Looks. The only song I know is Cool from The Wire, which is actually a pretty good song. That's all I know from those guys. So I have no opinion whether Loudwire is correct or not in their opinion versus my opinion. You know what? Being correct is not the right word. Again, I'm trying to be more I'm not saying they're wrong or they're right. I'm just saying their opinion. I've got no opinion on Dirty Looks yet. So anyway, we're going to skip that one. Next one, which was kind of a little bit of a surprise for me. I only have one album from them. And why are they on this list? I'm not even sure, but it's Hardline. And I was actually talking with my friend. Well, again, we were discussing these things. What the hell is Neil Sean doing in this band? Like, he's only here for that album. It's the Joely brothers, I guess. There's still Todd Jensen's in here too. Man, this guy's done everything. Dean Castronova. Okay, my God, I should maybe read these credits here. Yeah, they had a very minor hit with Hot Sherry, but it'll be my favorite version of that song, Hot Sherry. Streetheart done it. Danny Spanos created it. But yeah, this is my favorite version of this song here. The song Hot Sherry. Sorry, I just heard my cat yelling upstairs. I'm like, oh, what the hell's going on up there? Yeah, this is good. Would I say underrated? Like, this was really late in the game. This was like in the 92. You know what? There's a comment I'm going to say later on, especially for another band, probably like the last one here, since it's alphabetical. So give you an idea of maybe who I'm going to be talking about. I've never heard any of their other releases. This is good. Is it great? Yeah, it's decent. I enjoy this album here. But yeah, Neil Sean's like just for this album, then goes back to Journey or whatever there. So I was just surprised at seeing them on this list, while there's many other bands that could have made the list. But whatever, it's good. Do I agree with it or not? Yeah, whatever. I'm just surprised to see them on this list. Let me put it that way. So Hardline. Next up, okay, these guys. So I have two of their albums. The one they released last year is actually really good, but this one, Heaven's Edge. So when I was I was giving hints to my friend Steph as to which bands were on the list. And he goes, well, here's my hint. Pascal bought it on a cassette, then he traded it to me, and he goes, Heaven's Edge. Apparently I've told that story to him many times. I mean, Skin to Skin, the song is good. Play Dirty is good, but again, it's like Danger Danger. It's where hair metal was kind of going wrong. Not enough rawness, too much overproduced. Whatever, like, it's good. It's decent / good. Their new one from last year, Get It Right, that was good. I really love that one. I tolerate this one, but I really love. But it's not about the album last year. It's about this one here, and I believe, see, we were discussing, I was like, I think there's an album in the middle that was made but never released. I don't own it, as you can see there. I no clue what the hell I'm talking about there, but yeah. Heaven's Edge. Yeah, it's not underrated if you go by this, but underrated if you go by the album that they released last year, which I really loved. It was a great one. So Heaven's Edge. If you're just basing it on this, I would disagree. But yeah, it was, you know what, I'm going to disagree just because we're concentrating on music back then. So Heaven's Edge, yeah, no, this one did really nothing for me here. Oh, this one, I've talked about them many times. This next band, I find they're good. Nowhere near great. Are they underrated? No, there was something missing from that band. So I'm going to go with Hurricane. I do enjoy this album, but they never had, I don't know why I keep using Poison as a whether you like Poison or not, that's irrelevant there, but you know, everybody remembers Nothing But a Good Time. Whether you like it or not, everybody remembers Unskinny Bop. Again, whether you like it or not. This band had songs, I mean, they're good songs. Are they songs that have got that hook? Not really. Personally, I think they had better album covers than albums themselves. I enjoy listening to Hurricane here and there. Like, there's nothing bad about Hurricane. Okay, let me get it out there. Why people keep saying, oh, these guys should have been bigger, and they had nothing that attracted the public. And I'm not talking about us hair metal. You know, if it was a hair metal album, but at the time, if I had the money, yeah, I'd probably just buy it because I liked hair metal. But for the general public, there was absolutely nothing that attracted the general public to this band. Like, and I remember I actually have Bobby Brown's autobiography, The Cherry Pie Girl, if you're wondering who that is. And she was actually in the video for I'm On to You. And she goes, yeah, that band was just, it was there. Nothing great, nothing bad. These guys are definitely not underrated. They're rated, again, my opinion, they're rated just well enough. Nobody I'm sure there's people that love them in my circle of friends here. Nobody was like, "Oh my God, Hurricane!" Yeah, like no, that never happened. So anyway, good band, far from great. Are they underrated? No. Again, my opinion, but not even close. So there you go. Hurricane. No, sorry. Okay, these guys here. This next one, I would actually will agree with Loudwire. I have 3 of their albums. They technically have 4. So I have 3 of them on vinyl. One of them only exists on a cassette or CD. So I'm going to go with Icon. This is, and I remember I did a ranking, or was it a revisiting? I forget which one it was. And I kept saying that they were getting better and better. Now I'm actually listening to this one a little bit more, and actually, this is great stuff. As hair metal goes, they're Night of the Crime, self-titled, and what was the other one there? The girl with a bullet there. I forget the name of the album there. Those 3, the 3 albums of Icon that you can get on vinyl, I think are great. Okay? This is the heaviest one, then it kept going more and more commercial. This one's great. The second one's good. The third one is actually very great too there. What the hell is that? I'm not going to start looking there. Right between the eyes? Straight between the eyes? Anyway, the one with the woman with the bullet there, I forget. But I will agree with this one. These guys were totally underrated. Especially this album, and then they went and got a little bit more commercial. Yeah, I'm total in agreement with these guys here. Icon is underrated. Okay, there you go. It's they came out at this was what, 1980 something here. Of course, I can't see the friggin' date. Is there a date here? Whatever. This was mid 80s for sure. Anyway, Icon, yeah, it's a good one. So there you go. All right, next up, okay, Canadian band actually, and I'll go underrated, but there's reasons why I think that they never made it big. So, Killer Dwarfs. This is an interesting one here where I love Killer Dwarfs. Okay, I have all their albums. The dwarf gimmick got old pretty. See, this band was like they made videos, and they were always mostly always funny videos. Okay, it was like, oh my God, I can't wait to see the new Killer Dwarfs video. I mean, go look at the video for Stand Tall. I think it's genius. I mean, the quality that's on YouTube is shit there, but it's one of those videos that people talk about, and the song really kicks ass too. So check out the video for Stand Tall where they make their own record after being, and this is the record they make. But yeah, they used to make funny videos, and out of nowhere, they decide there was no transition, I find. They went from funny to serious when Dirty Weapons came out. And it took me a while to accept the album Dirty Weapons, because I'm like, where's the funny? What happened here? But underrated, yeah, but it's their own fault for not making it big to a point, I guess. The dwarf gimmick got old pretty fast. Russ Dwarf, like Daryl Dwarf, like their last names were all Dwarf. And dwarfs in movies, or I never really found them cool, or it wasn't a concept that I thought was cool for hard rock / metal or whatever. But Killer Dwarfs, musically, I love this band. Are they underrated? Musically, big time. But I think that they shot themselves in the foot too with that dwarf gimmick. I don't know. Just go and be a hard rock band, play your songs, and never mind the tricycle. If you know, you know. The dwarf thing, whatever. It is what it is. But musically, these guys really. So I will agree with them musically being underrated. There's some great shit, especially from album 2. This one here. 4 and 5. Yeah, something like that there. So anyway, Killer Dwarfs. I do agree with Loudwire on that one, but with an asterisk. I mean, they did it to themselves, if you ask me. There was no transition. They went from funny to serious, which at first I was like, okay, and the dwarf gimmick was like, whatever. So anyway, Killer Dwarfs. I love these guys, but I'm agreeing with them musically. There you go. All right. Okay, this next one here. I have 2 more. The last one is going to be the one that's going to cause... Anyway, whatever. Okay. I loved the song when it came out on video. So, Tor Tor, Surprise Attack. It's like bluesy, like Tangier, Badlands type of hard rock there. This album is actually pretty friggin' good. So good that actually when it's actually on the way, I got their their latest one there. So I'm going to start myself a little Tor Tor if I'm able to finish it. I know some of them are really expensive there, but yeah. Tor Tor, I mean, these guys came in late to the game too, I believe. What year was this? Well, 1989. But these guys are not like Heaven's Edge or who else was here that got... I think they have more to say than Hurricane does. I can tell you that right now. A lot more to say than Danger Danger. But again, only basing on that first Danger Danger album. But yeah, Tor Tor is actually a pretty decent band. I do enjoy their albums here. And Steve, that's why I was asking you that question about the soundtrack, because we were talking about Tor Tor and that article when I actually texted you while we were on the way to the concert. So anyway, yeah, I'll agree to a point. I mean, I've listened to this one, which is great. Wild America, I've never heard, and I've got the new one coming out. So more to come, I guess, on this band here. But yeah, Tor Tor. I will agree to a point with Loudwire on this one. I did enjoy this one. Now, the last one. And this is the one where online people keep saying this is like almost like the best thing since tits here. All right. Vain. What is the big deal with these guys? First of all, I'm disagreeing with Loudwire. There's nothing bad about this band, but there's nothing great that makes me go, oh my God, yeah, this is the best thing since tits here. A lot of people keep saying, oh my God, these guys are so great. It should have been bigger. First of all, this may be another tangent. The should have been bigger is how do you know if a band's going to make it big or not? You know, I'm not even going to start on that there. That's another topic for another episode. This should have been bigger BS is actually annoying me a lot. You don't know why a certain band, like to me, I'm a hair metal freak. I love my hair metal. This is just good. It's not great. It's good. They're not that great. And that's actually coming also from my friend Steph. He's like, man, they're not that great. And he actually exactly knew who I was talking about. Goes, I was quizzing him. Go, this next one is like, we've actually discussed this, me and him there. Goes, a lot of people seem to like this band, and you and I seem to like, they're not that great. Like, there's nothing special about these guys. This was 90, well, 89 also. I'm not huge into sleaze. This sounds more like sleaze metal, like, or sleaze rock, like Faster Pussycat, LA Guns, that type of thing there. It's a good album. I'm glad I won it, and I did not pay for this. Will I be getting any more Vein? I mean, I'm going to eventually, if I want to get all hair metal, I'm going to have to get them all, right? But I'm not saying this is as bad as Nitro there, but I mean, Nitro, I guess I'll have to eventually get them there, but yeah, it's not bad. Is it underrated? No, not even close. These guys deserve to be where they are. They're not that great. Again, my opinion. But I don't know. I don't get why people are so gaga or about this band. Oh yeah, they should have been huge. Now, there's nothing special about this band here. So, there you go. Vane, do not agree with that. Now, I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of comments. You're so full of shit, Dan, and it's just my opinion, like I said. I like and I love my hair metal. I probably get everything I can hair metal. But to be told what is unrated, is that the saying? Is in the eye of the beholder? I don't even know if that's saying. I should have Googled that saying, but everybody's tastes is different. Radio and record companies will go and promote who they feel will have the biggest hits. Obviously, these bands, or most of these bands, I will agree that they're rated the way they should be there. There's nothing great or bad about them. They're just there. Plus, you had so many of these bands at the time. I'm just like, even myself, I felt myself overflowed with these bands. Like, there was too many at one time, and most of these fell into the that definitely too many. But anyway, that's my take on that Loudwire article. Some I agree, some I don't agree. I mean, I would have put Tangier. I would have put what else? I'm just thinking out loud there. I should have prepared. See, I just thought of that. What would I have put? And I'm like, what would? You know what? Let me just pause 1 second, and I'm gonna come back with what would I have put. 1 sec. Sorry about that. So I went through my list of albums here, or bands, and like I said, I've talked about Tangier already. To me, that should be an underrated band. I've put on a few there. Bang Tango, that's not underrated at all. Musically, yes. Voice, no. Autograph, what the hell? Why that one not? They had the perfect timing. They were there at the right time, early 80s. To me, that's an underrated band. Black and Blue, a little bit underrated. Okay, the poster boys for this should be Enough is Enough. I will have an episode about Enough is Enough coming soon. I've got a lot to say about those guys. To me, that's smart pop hair metal or whatever. Highway Child should be another one. I know it's not the Sunset Strip there, it's overseas, but their first 3 albums, actually, I find they're actually pretty fucking good. But the big one to me is a band that's totally underrated is Kix. I was like, I'm always mad at myself for not liking them back in the day. To me, that should be like the poster boy for Enough's Enough, and Kix should have been bigger, in my opinion. Well, okay, never mind the bigger part. I'm doing what I said I wasn't going to do. But they're totally underrated, I can say that. Especially Kix. I'm like, everybody who's listened to Kix, I was like, oh my God, I never realized how good those guys were. So, but anyway, it's all about people's opinions. I mean, Loudwire are allowed their opinions, just like I am also. I was just looking for something to talk about today, and I saw that article. I'm like, And I talked to my friend about it on the weekend. I was like, even more, some of them I agree with, some of them I don't agree with, some of them were completely forgotten kicks. But whatever, right? It's tastes, musical tastes don't necessarily reflect sales or what the general public seems to love about this type of music. Whatever. I'm thinking right now about something. I'm like, okay, don't start that tangent yet. I'll save that for another episode. Anyway, on that note, let me know in your comments who you find is an underrated hair metal band out there. Are there some also that are overrated? Oh, overrated is such another box to... You've opened the can of worms, not a box. Box of worms? No. Okay. Anyway, that is my episode for today. I want to wish you all a good whatever. Again, thank you for watching. And of all the channels out there in YouTube, thank you for stopping by this one here. We shall see you guys next time. Cheers, take care, and bye-bye.